easy in the beginning. In fact, I had demonstrations against me, but I think it was the first time in the history, perhaps of the world, that there was a demonstration against government efficiency. I don't know who was paying for these demonstrations, but I mean, continuing this continued trajectory. And I'm personally convinced that our growth will be much higher this year. The tangible indicators are already showing up. We are moving the economy from the grassroots. Our economic strategy is very focused. First, we want to have the ability to sustain our growth, but we need to control our economy in the sense that we must control the sound use of our natural resources. And this comes to my next point, which I always like to discuss openly. We have weaknesses. We have problems of good governance. We have problems of corruption. We have problems of weak institutional performance, a lot of smuggling going around, a lot of illegal economic activities, illegal mining, illegal fishing, illegal economic activities such as corporations maintaining plantations in protected forests. This has been a long time problem, but I choose to face these problems head on. I do not want to surrender the sovereignty of the Indonesian government to these illegal cartels that perpetuate the loss of income, the loss of revenue that is due to the government and the people of Indonesia. We calculate the loss due to weak governance and mismanagement of our economy to be tremendous. In my first few months taking over the administration, I have saved from the budget of my country around $18 billion cash from our budget. These savings come from inefficiency, projects that are not productive. Maybe it could be similar to what was attempted, or what it has been attempted here in the United States also with, is that DOGE, Department of Government Efficiency. But I must say that I started first a few months before, and I feel I was successful. I feel empowered. I think I'm one of the few presidents of Indonesia that in the first 3 months of the administration, I saved $18 billion in cash. Things that I cancelled. For instance, each government institution spent quite a considerable amount of money on ceremonies. You know, is it our culture? If it's our culture, we must acknowledge that it's a weakness on our part. I mean, we spend a lot of money on anniversaries. So each ministry has an anniversary. Each provincial government has an anniversary. Each kabupaten or district has an anniversary. And can you imagine how many hundreds of ceremonies we have every week, every month, or every region? And so I just canceled. So I said the anniversary should be celebrated inside the office, maybe with a small lunch, perhaps just a takeaway from some restaurant, you know, just to have some rational, you know, rational. Let's think about what we can do for the people. And what is this ceremony? You know, I mean, this was my approach, but I'm determined to, and I did save a lot of money. And we have, apart from ceremonies, we have foreign travel was in the billions of dollars. You know. So I'm trying to cut down foreign travel from government institutions. Everybody wants a study tour to study something outside Indonesia. But I'm saying, look, the problem for Indonesia is very clear, right? There was a study tour studying poverty alleviation in Australia. Australia, I think, is one of the 10 richest countries in the world, right? And what was said was, when they sent a study team there, I learned from my Australian friends, it was around Easter. I mean, Australians being majority Christian, I mean, at Easter they're on holidays. There was no one, things like this happened, and I'm determined just to, you know, be rational. I got a report that there was a study tour of Indonesian officials going to Japan around the 20th of October. I mean, it was Christmas time. I mean, the things like this, I tried to have rationality. It was not easy in the beginning. In fact, I had demonstrations against me, but I think it was the first time in the history, perhaps of the world, that there was a demonstration against government efficiency. I don't know who was paying for these demonstrations, but I mean, it was pretty sad actually. So we are determined to treat our act. We must do it at all costs, because in my opinion, being once a foreign investor also in the country, I mean, nobody wants to enter an economy that is full of uncertainty, that there is no confidence in the legal processes and law enforcement. It's, I think this is one of the most important things, and I think it behooves Indonesian leaders to acknowledge this. And I said that we must have the courage to acknowledge our weaknesses and tackle them. I'm very fortunate in having a good team helping me. I say let's do our best to produce better results for our people, our society. The Indonesian people now, they have access to information at a level never before known in our history. Everybody has gadgets, and information travels very fast. And I'm experiencing I would say the benefit, but also the stress sometimes that many village children speak directly to me on their TikTok or on their sending messages directly to the President. Mr. President, we don't have a bridge over our river here. We have to be wet every day going to school. And this comes direct to me, right? So I have to be very quick in our reaction, because they must feel that their government, they must feel that the central government, their president, will listen to them, will react. And it was heartwarming. I got messages from headmaster of a very isolated school in Papua, who said they received for the first time. I sent them, I'm providing a digital platform, smart interactive screen in every classroom of every school in Indonesia. And we delivered by the end of December 2025, we delivered 288,000 more than 280,000 screens. So that is nearly all the schools of Indonesia. One screen per school, and it will be in one classroom, but this year I intend to add another 3 to every school, so there will be 4 screens to every school, and my target will be by the end of my term as president, all classrooms in all schools of Indonesia will have this interactive screen, in which, in the software, the entire syllabus of our schools are in the software, can be accessed anytime. And we can also have long distance education, long distance teaching, so that every school of Indonesia, wherever they are, in the most isolated island, in the most isolated mountain, they will have access to the best knowledge, the best education that can get. Where there are no teachers, we will have a central studio of the best teachers of Indonesia teaching through long distance.
Subscribe, share, like, and comment. 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 Subscribe, share, like, and comment.